All right, all right. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Island Fans as we are here about to start. Get ready to go. Talking about what we love the most, which is football, especially the EPL. And I see all the fans rolling in, and everybody is making sure that they want to be seen. I see a couple of wonderful fans, people who are here extra early. People, Amija here, he was here long before, like a good 10, 15 minutes before live. So thank you, Amija. Make sure you do your homework tonight, though, either before or after the show. All right. And also, too, we see YK Gaming 75. I know who you are personally. Good to see you as well. Okay, great. And good evening to my usual crew. How is everybody doing? Good?
Yes, sir.
Good man,
Yep.
good man.
Okay,
Good.
yes, we had a weekend full
Good.
of EPL games, lots of drama, lots of interesting things happened. And so we're going to get right into it because we want to get started. But of course, don't forget, you can check us out on Instagram, you check us out on Twitter, Facebook, TikTok, and of course, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell on YouTube so you can get a lot more content. Okay, first game. Let's get right into it. The Newcastle versus Chelsea game. And going over some of those predictions from before, um, we start off with Zach. Zach, Chelsea fan. You said 3-0 Chelsea. 3-0 Chelsea. It was actually 2-0. It gave your team an extra goal. And yes, you got the win. But you said two from Werner, I think one from Ziyech. And as I told you, Werner did nothing. Yes, he had an assist. He
But he
did.
got a good
But
assist.
he did. So you tell me, my Chelsea brother, who did he pass the ball to? Just tell it for the fans, so everybody here. Go ahead, say it loud and clear.
Tammy,
Who
Tammy, Tammy,
scored?
Tammy, Tammy.
There we go.
Tammy Abraham.
Tammy Abraham. And I made the point last show. You start Tammy, you win games. Did I not say so, Shaq? Did I not say so?
Say
Yeah,
that.
you
Did,
did.
Say it.
okay, then exactly. And the team of Vernon not have a million chances
Did.
to score, and he did not finish. It took the English boy to show Shane Long how you do it. There we go. All right then, Jamal. What do you think about the game? You said 2-1 Chelsea. You were right. You gave Newcastle a goal. They didn't score.
Yeah, I mean, they had a couple opportunities, but they
Yeah.
didn't take them. And of course, Chelsea will run out winners against the team if you don't take your opportunities and concede. And that's how the game will go.
Hmm.
And Chelsea did have too much for Newcastle on the day. But it was a good game to watch.
Yeah, yeah, it was. It was. Shaq, you said that Timo would score as well. And I'm going to give Zach a chance to respond, of course. Why didn't he score? You did say 2-1. They won the game. Why didn't he score?
Because he didn't put away his chances. He
Okay,
had
okay.
lots of chances, he just didn't put them away.
He just
I
didn't put them
mean,
away.
my analysis on the
Hmm.
game is just pretty much a lot what Jamal said. Chelsea took their chances, Newcastle
Hmm.
didn't take theirs. And
Hmm.
we did say on Thursday we did the show that if Newcastle got an early goal, then that would have changed things.
Hmm.
Chelsea scored first. I can remember. I think it was Hayden. I think it's Hayden. Hayden got a
Hmm.
chance there, put it over the bar.
Yeah.
Chelsea scored again.
Hmm.
That's it.
So, Zach, you're proud of your team?
Of course.
Mm.
Again, Timo Werner. Way too many chances not to put the ball at the back of the net. I think
Hmm.
that's been a highlight for his season so far.
So
There's
far.
been games where he could have at least bagged the brace.
Hmm.
But I don't know. I think he's having a tough time adjusting to the Premier League, but
Okay.
I think with
Okay.
games going on, he will get there. He'll be
So you're
fine.
not taking back the fact that you said that it takes Tammy too many chances to score. And yet we see the exact same thing happening with Timo Werner. Exact same thing happening. And
Um,
you give Tammy a chance, he finished it. It's my boy. Hmm.
yeah, yeah.
So no props for Tammy. You're
It's
not
not
giving
really
any
my
love to anyone. No, you know, I see. It's like it's cringing in his spirit. I feel like you don't want to say it. Just say it. Tammy is better than Timo. Let me help you. Tammy is better than Timo. It sounds nice, doesn't it? Nice, good ring to it. No,
Yeah,
no, not
he is.
yet.
But I mean, Tammy too has
Oh,
got a
he
lot of
is.
chances
What?
There he
after
is.
two
There we
games where
go.
he
See, I
hasn't
knew
put
I could
yet.
tell you.
And
Wow.
yeah,
Oh,
he
Memphis
deserves.
disagrees.
Tammy, he deserves some props. He deserves some props.
Mhm. He does. Well, what do you think about the game, Memphis?
Um, I think the only difference between the two teams was an actual striker. I
Mm,
mean, Chelsea had Tammy and Werner.
mhm.
Newcastle had Joe Linton.
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolute
Oh,
waste of a player.
wow, boy, y'all harsh, boy. More, are you equally as harsh? And you said 1-1. You didn't think they had the goals in them.
Well, I did think that Newcastle would have gave them a tough outing, but
Mm-hmm.
it proved to be that way. Chelsea was just took their chances when they had them.
Mm-hmm.
Newcastle had some key chances, especially the counter when St. Maximin was running at Zuma,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
that didn't turn out too much. So
Mm-hmm.
on the day, Chelsea was just a better team. They took the 3 points. Not much else to say.
I originally said 2-2 as well. I thought that Newcastle would have a little bit more fight. They did at certain points, but like you guys have been saying, man, in the Premier League, you got to take your chances, man. When they come, you really have to take your chances. And speaking of taking chances, let's talk about the Aston Villa Brighton game. All right. This was a game that a lot of us actually said that Aston Villa would win. Let's start off with Moin. Moin, you said 2-1. And then Memphis, you said 3-0. Jamal, you said 2-1. Zach, you actually said 2-2. And Shaq, you said 1-1. All right. And I said 3-1. That's how the game went down. Shaq, what was the actual score of the game? Remind us what the score of the game was.
2-1 Brighton. Danny Welbeck in the 12th minute. Then Konsa equalized for Aston Villa in the 47th. And
Mhm.
Solly March with a beautiful goal in the 56th minute.
It was a beautiful goal. Jamal and
And 8
Moy
foot too.
were right. In fact, I was actually thinking about it for a second there and thinking maybe in the future for future reviews and previews, we see who won the preview or who won the review. Because honestly, if you're looking back, Jamal, you get a lot of predictions right. We just start betting money on what you say. You got it right this time. How are you so right? Go ahead.
Oh well, typical Aston Villa. You look at their previous record and their run in as well, and
Hmm.
they seem like a giant killer, but then relax when it comes to these easy teams,
Hmm.
supposedly easy teams. Um, and they just the game was end to end at some point, but they
Hmm.
could not convert. Got Jack Grealish down,
Yeah.
and he just couldn't produce anything for them, and
Yeah.
no one else on the pitch stepped up.
He did. He did. Moy, 2-1. You were right again. Why do you think that, what made you think that?
Well, I just thought Brighton would have just added another kickstart to the game.
Hmm.
Even though the boy Lamptey, I think Lamptey got a red card in the game
Yeah,
after
yeah.
a while. Yeah,
Yeah, he
he got a
did.
red card in the game, but on the
It
day
was so
Brighton
childish,
just
though. It was so
prime
true.
and
He should
ready.
have never gotten that, in the
Yeah,
sense that he got a second yellow from a rookie mistake, if you want to make it. And I saw the game, and I just realized he was going after Grealish, and Grealish was nowhere near the goal in a actually position that would hurt the team, and dived in at that point when your team needs you. It didn't make any sense, but they held out and they ended with a pretty good win. Shaq, you said that Danny wanted Danny to score, and Danny Welbeck scored. He
And
did. Pretty good goal as well. Proud of him.
yeah, I mean, I always wanted to see Danny succeed. I
Hmm.
wanted him to do well at Arsenal too. I mean, I was crying out for a strike at that time. Somebody to just put the ball in the
You
back of the
still
net.
are.
Wow. Wow. Came
I
in
am
kind of
not.
fast, there, boy.
I am not. But with Danny Welbeck, he has quality. He has quality. He
Mhm.
just needs the right
Of course.
team, and he will get going.
He does, definitely. I was worried there for a second when he started to pull up because he has injury issues over the years,
Yeah.
but he seems like he's fine. But you said 3-0 Aston Villa, Memphis. Why did you get it wrong?
Well, you
He
see,
always gets it wrong.
Oh
and
boy.
no. When the game started, it looks like it would have been 3-0 Aston Villa, but then, Ross Barkley pulled up.
True. That was a big loss. That's a good
Yeah.
point. That's a good point. It was a big loss. They brought in what's his name?
First one,
Troy.
Traore. Yeah.
Yeah, and he wasn't doing much really. So much so
Yeah.
they had to take him off in the second half when he came on,
And Aston Villa
And
should have had a penalty.
okay, all right, all right. Why do you think they should have had a penalty? Come on, you really think he was a foul there that the guy did on
Yeah,
him? How
because
so?
from what I see, he hit shin
Mhm.
first, then the ball.
Hit the shin, then the ball. Okay.
Yeah.
And so what did the referee see then that you didn't see? Because the referee turned over his decision. Initially he said penalty. He went over to the
Mhm.
reviewing box and he looked at it and said, nope, no penalty. What did he see then that you didn't see?
I think he more focused on the fact that he got the ball rather than what he hit first.
Okay. I think he probably was looking at the fact that the contact, in his opinion, didn't justify what was being claimed there, in addition to the fact that he got the ball as well, which he did. So it's both factors the referee was looking at, and this seems to be a controversial thing amongst a lot of people, how much contact is too much and what will it be? But, I was wrong too. I thought that, Grealish would have a day, but I really do think that losing Ross Barkley so early, I think it's like the second minute or something, he came off. Yeah, and he
Yeah.
too had some injury issues. So that really, really changed the game, when him coming off. And then they had to change their system because Ross Barkley plays in that 10. And then but Troy plays all wide. So then the whole frontline system changed. The system has worked well for them. And I thought that Ollie Watkins was starved at the top. He didn't get the chances he got, clearly against Arsenal, but he did get it in this game. So see, that's just how it is. All right, that wasn't a job, Shaq. It wasn't a job in any way towards or towards you all right, let's talk the next big game. All right, this one here now is Tottenham versus Man City. Let's start with the Man City fan. You were loud and clear. 3-0 Man City. 3-0. You
Remember
see my
that.
voice?
Remember that.
You see my voice? Over the weekend, on the
That
international break.
was going to be fine. Right in the dream
Right
stand.
here, the dream. 3-0. You were very loud there, bro.
That is not going to do anything.
So that did not happen, right? It ended up being, how was the score? What was it? Remind us of the score, Shaq. Remind us
It
of the
was
score.
2-0 in favor of Tottenham.
It was.
Son in the 5th minute and Lo Celso in the 65th.
And I gotta give props to Don Bruno Skilcati. He actually said in the comments that it'll be a Jose masterclass and that Jose would win. He did say that, so props to you, Carlos, for giving that point there. And you were right when a lot of us actually said otherwise. I'm just checking back to see how it's gonna go here. If I get everything right, everybody actually said that City would win, right? We all said that, didn't we?
I
Everybody
said 0-0.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you did. You did say 0-0. You did say that. But I gotta give props to Jamal. You did say that City would concede. You
Yeah.
said that they have a history of conceding, and you also said that Son would probably score, and he did score as well too. So you got that right. All right, you got that part right. But also, I'll make a point too about Shaq. You said 2-1 City, and you were talking about the form of Torres. Coming into this game, didn't see much of him in the game. What happened?
Well, I mean, games, they have the season is like that. You go up and you go down. City had lots of the ball, but didn't really penetrate much. I think that I wouldn't say that Tottenham dominated the game, but City, they just picked their moments and they took the chances when they got the chance.
Yeah.
One person I'd point out is Ndombele. I think his time at Tottenham, he started off very slow.
Yeah.
And when Jose came in, Jose threw him under the bus, and slowly he's been getting back to his best. And he's provided the assist for the first goal. And generally, for the season so far, he's been playing well.
Yeah, they have a game against me as well too. Definitely. Let's get some of the fans in there, right? All right, Afi Charles. So Jose have Spurs front three playing like Liverpool front three now, where he can drop into midfield like Firmino, and the two quick wide men go to work with the space leave by the striker. That's a good point. You can I think I think Jamal made that same point about the fact that Harry Kane have all this assists
Yeah.
from out of nowhere. And like,
Yeah, 9 assists, 9
what's
games.
going on? In fact, somebody actually made the point that Jose has made Harry Kane into probably the best defender, midfield, and striker in the Premier League right now. He's
Yeah.
all three when you think about it. Because my man behind there, heading him out, in the midfield, creating chances, and he's still scoring goals. So, wow. This may just be something from Jose, all right? Okay, Big Boss is saying, Classic Marino was back that game, park the bus. And indeed, he did. He had a system there, that defensive block, where not only did he have his usual back four doing their thing, but he had people like Hoiberg and people like Sissoko in between the lines, cutting out things. They are stifling City from coming down the middle and forcing them out wide. So that was generally the case. Zach, you did say that City would dominate the ball, but they didn't score. Why didn't they score? Talk to me.
Again, passing doesn't win games. Possession doesn't win games. City didn't take their
Mm,
chances. Tottenham did. Like Jamal says, Tottenham were always going to catch them on a counter attack because
true,
City they get
true.
vulnerable at times. So yeah, it was a sad. It was I was very sad that City lost because I think they have a lot of
Hmm.
quality on the field, and I think that the how they
Hmm.
possess the ball, they should have been rewarded for it. So it's just an unfortunate, and good luck to
No,
Tottenham, and
yeah,
they played a very good game. So
definitely,
yeah.
definitely. Memphis, how does it feel to be a United fan and we're above City? There you go. Hmm.
I mean, I kind of saw it coming. This
Okay.
season, City has been struggling to
People
score
lie
goals.
over.
No. I saw it coming, man.
Wow.
You're struggling to score goals this season. You scored less goals than me.
The season just started.
Yeah.
You scored less goals than me.
The season just started. Don't worry.
Okay,
Okay.
it's okay. You rewarded Pep Guardiola with a new contract for mediocrity.
Pep Guardiola, you don't even have a coach, so don't class Pep with Ole, cause
Uh-huh.
that's
And
nothing. So don't
Ole,
even
is,
try that.
Ole, Ole beat Pep 3 times and is above Pep.
And
What's the
how many
point?
titles has Ole won at England? Tell me.
Okay.
How many
Can
Pep
Pep,
won at
Okay.
England? So don't class
how
Okay.
many
Pep
ti-
with
how
Ole.
many
Yeah.
That's
times
what I'm
Ole
saying.
beat Pep?
Somebody
How
tell
many
somebody
times Ole
Carl
beat Pep?
How
Well.
many titles? Managers come to the Premier League to win titles. Did Ole win nothing? No. Thank
Pep
you.
came Pep came to City to win the Champions League. Did he win it? No.
But did he win all the titles though?
Okay. All right then.
Memphis,
There we
Memphis, you
go.
get
Yep.
Mara.
Nice and
Bro.
sweet. Nice and sweet. Let's hear you all. You all. Spurs being Man City's bougie team, especially at
Oh,
home. Okay.
that's
Okay, good point.
Vito.
And
They are
he says here, Harry Kane's passing is super
That's
underrated.
true. That's
Indeed,
true.
it is. Yeah, and big boss have vision. You don't even understand. Harry Kane was always a free roam number 10. Okay. And on another here too, Hoiberg was balling that game. He was. He was. Definitely. And one
He's
more
been
there
doing
for
well
you
through
all.
the season.
He has. City only has one way to play. You find a team comfortable with sitting back and playing on the counter, the defense will always be exposed, which is maybe the reason why United beat them last time. We just sat back and played on the counter. You know, I think, man, that maybe the City game was lacking that plan B because I predicted 2-0 because they dominated the ball and they did. But again, when you look at the game, maybe more you can expand on this, right? The reason why that it played into Marino's hands is because that partnership that I guess Jamal, you'll expand on this in a second, that we were hoping to have with the backline there between what was the defenders then? Remind me again, defenders. The two
Ruben Diaz
defenders.
and
But
Laporte.
then
Yeah,
yes.
and Laporte. They made a crucial mistake at the beginning there. Both of them drew into Jesus, and then that ball got dropped over the top there for Son to run right into. So it's like if they I'm not sure one of Jesus, what am I saying? They both drew
Kane.
into Harry Kane, yes.
Mm.
So then that little space there was made behind Harry Kane there that made Son run into. And then Son just, I mean, the composure to start it through the keeper's legs was amazing. If it wasn't for that mistake, if one guy went and the other guy followed that run, even the left back too, the left back as well, he was looking out wide for what's his name, the right back for Spurs.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he was looking out there and wasn't watching Son cutting in to that space over the top there. So what well, that's why. Okay, we don't answer. What? There we go. You're back. All right. That was a big mistake there. If that mistake didn't happen,
We could have seen a different game. Yeah.
it would be a completely different game because you go up 1-0 and then Josie was always going to sit back. If that didn't happen, what would have happened? Moy, do you agree? Do you think about that? Did that mistake change the game?
Yeah, it did. I actually saw it. Like especially when they played over the replay, especially from the back of the defense.
Hmm.
You saw like one of them collapse and then they were struggling to reach back.
Yeah.
And with City's two centre backs, there's no pace in there. So as long as someone gets behind, it's always going to be a one-on-one with
Hmm.
Edison.
Hmm.
And they just happened to put away the chances.
Hmm.
It was one
Could
of those
Edison
games.
could Edison have done better? Could you have done
Yeah,
any
they could have
better?
done better. City has a tendency to get too relaxed, especially when you're having a dominant game,
Mhm.
getting all the shots, possessions, and the
But
defense
Edison
is.
specifically, would you have rushed out to Son like that at that point? Was it necessary? Or could
No,
you have maybe bided your time to hopefully maybe the defense would collect itself, throw him off a bit? Did Edison make the right decision in coming at Son?
no. I also have that problem with Edison because even the Lo Celso goal,
Hmm.
I think he could stay on his line a little longer and not rush out too early.
Okay.
I
Hmm.
mean, he's that kind of keeper. He's a sweeper keeper to all. We're known Edison to take risks to go out at those
Yeah.
balls.
Yeah.
I think this game he just got those misjudged and
Hmm.
were crucial.
Okay. Jamal, what do you think? Talk to
It,
me.
again, it's the system that makes Edison that sweeper keeper and always rush off the line. Because City play with such a high line, but then there's no pace in the defensive line except for Walker.
Mm.
And once the ball goes over the top, you have a one-on-one with the goalkeeper. And,
Yeah.
it's 50-50 whether he stays or he goes. And 90% of the time, he's going to go.
Hmm. Yeah.
You got to take the shot early, and Son he just takes those shots and put them through the goalkeeper, over him, right or left, and he'll hit the target.
Yeah. He's weak of foot too. Nice.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Son is like that. But then Kane has that tendency as well to drop back and then draw in the two central defenders, and then you're left with space. Because with the City attacking system, one of your fullbacks is halfway up the field already. So now you're left with three at the back, and if two get pulled in, one is in already to score.
Mhm.
And then
Last
City
point. Go ahead.
didn't have enough up front. I don't think Ferran Torres should have been starting that game.
Mm.
If you have Aguero on the bench, he should have been starting. If you have Sterling on the bench, he should have been starting. Even if they can't complete 90, you can then bring on Ferran Torres and you can bring on Gabriel Jesus. But because you start such a mediocre front line,
Yeah.
Spurs have nothing to fear. And then when they sit back and push, they are more confident in pushing against a weak City line than conceding a goal. Now, if you had Aguero and Sterling back there, up there, they would think twice. Because if the ball goes over and it comes back, you got Sterling and Aguero coming at you.
Okay. Okay. More. You wanted to come to that. Go ahead.
Yeah, okay. This is going to be on my team. I'm taking the blame for this one. And I'm focusing on Pep right now. With he's saying the 5 substitution rule, right? Don't get me wrong. He says 5 substitution rule, but we have 3 substitution. He still hasn't even used all of them. So that's the problem. And that same game, he noticed that we needed some attacking threats.
Mm-hmm.
He ever made only 2 subs, bringing on Sterling and Foden in like what? Close to 75 minutes. And all of that. I mean, I hear what Jamal is saying also. I mean, going into that game and the past weeks Ferran Torres has had, I mean, it would be impossible to bench Ferran Torres.
His form was good. Yeah.
Yes. I mean, I would have taken a gamble on starting Sterling at least. I think Sterling should have been the one to start, even self. especially Guerrero coming back from injury. I mean, Gabriel Jesus played the last game. He scored, so I would see why Pep wouldn't want to bench him. I mean,
Yeah,
it was a good thing, but I think the substitutions could have been better and probably changed the game. But
yeah.
Tottenham did it within your masterclass. Nothing else to say.
Yeah, definitely. I'm this last point there now. I mean, and if anybody can just, tell me this. Do you think that Pep lacks a plan B? He have his system, and
Yes.
he was trying to penetrate through the middle, and it wasn't working because the Josie just clogged up everything.
He
You
does
know,
have plan B, and the reason why I don't think he made that third substitution is because he thought the game was gone already. Because
okay,
he
okay.
couldn't recover from that. You keep pushing, and then Spurs are gonna just counter attack.
So what's the plan? What's the plan B? Because I mean, I remember like back in the day, United used to have a plan B. Remember my tree. What am I name again? The tree looking
Fellaini.
fella. Yeah,
Really.
Fellaini, thank you. That was the plan B. Just kind of hoist it up there. Hopefully the tall dude will chest it down or head it in.
But City don't have
What's
any tall
Pep's?
players either.
Huh?
They don't have any tall players. They have a lot of technical short players, so they
Mm-hmm.
can't play long balls.
Mm-hmm.
And then
So
against
what's the system?
that's
City
that.
lacked size, and the only person that you could count on winning headers is Gabriel Jesus because he has a good leaping ability, but
Yeah.
you still count it against Alderweireld and those type of defenders.
Yeah, they got some hype behind this, so don't see that happening. You know. One comment here before we move on to the next thing. And listen, anybody else want to comment on that? Anybody else want to say anything
I'm good.
on that? No? All right. Afri Chase is making the point. Once Sterling fit, he should start all the time. Once fit, he should. And I guess Pep, you're right. I guess he's thinking, it wasn't the game for Sterling to do his thing. But there are a lot more games to go. And I noticed a lot of people now cussing out Pep. Pep down there now. But United down they are in the relegation, worst
Yeah.
team, and P teacher and even kick out. But then the great Pep. Anyway, let's
Pep
go on there.
Guardiola.
All right. I'm just saying that when they got dish out hate, dish it both ways. All right. I see. I'm not even getting into Arsenal people now, but we'll leave that for a second in just a moment. All right.
At least we're above City.
Uh,
So at least we're above City.
yeah. At least I am as well. All right. Let's move on. Next thing. Okay. Man United versus West Brom. Okay. This one now. Okay. Moy, you said 1-0 West Brom.
Yeah,
That's what you said.
yeah.
Happy about that?
That's all. You know
You
when we're
know?
gonna get a penalty that they
Don't look too
deserve,
happy.
or we're going to leave that when it is.
So I did deserve that penalty.
I'm not. Yes, you did. You deserve your penalty, man.
Oh, okay.
But I have
Okay.
problems with those kind of penalties being taken.
I agree with you.
The
I,
upset.
I agree with you, bro.
And let me point this out there.
Wait. What do I agree with? No, I don't have the problem with my hop step. Then my one hop step. Pogba, I run up slow. Some people, I remember Cristiano used to do this thing back in the day where he used to start and stuff. I don't remember that one there, right? People have been doing nonsense for years, right? Leave the man hop step alone. That's his technique. He can kick the
But
ball.
remember, they were supposed to be a stop to it because they said it's supposed to be just a fluent movement.
So how is it not fluent?
I have no idea. But the thing I'm saying, it gives a disadvantage to the goalkeepers. So like, why must the goalkeepers stay on the line? Why they
Right.
allowed to take a hop step?
Exactly.
But if I move off the line a little and it doesn't score, it gets retaken. But if it scores, nothing happens. I mean,
Okay, but the question is, does it violate the rule? What does the rule say concerning taking penalties? That's the laws of the game. You run up, you kick the penalty. They never specified how you're supposed to run up. Because I guess they never envisioned that people would have various styles of running up. Because back in the day, nobody did that. But like every other aspect of the game, especially like with diving, all right, people find loopholes to suit themselves. And this is one loophole, right? So keepers have to adjust. Shaq, go ahead.
That, I mean, we can't say the keepers have to adjust because there's a clear disadvantage for them. That rules need to be revisited because like as Moise and I support his point.
Yeah.
The keepers are at a disadvantage. You're gonna stutter and you're gonna stop, and the keeper can't move a leg off. He has to keep a leg on the line. It puts him at a
does, yeah.
disadvantage, and he's already at a disadvantage when facing a penalty.
True. There's only a
So
30% chance you'll actually
why
save it.
heighten it? Why heighten it?
Mhm. Yeah, no, I think so. I guess the claim is that, you know, how then you define how a man should kick a shot? Because what if then someone what if Bruno Fernandes did all of his free kicks the same way? He'd hop, he skip, and he shoot it. We're gonna stop that too.
Nobody learn to play football, so for kicking the ball.
I mean, we can't. There is. I'm just saying. I mean, I hear what you're saying. You make a point, right? But I'm just saying that if you start to define how an individual kicks in penalties, then every free kicks are no different. They just a little further back, aren't they? He can hop and skip and put it in the top corner in the top
Yeah,
bins. And is it a disadvantage to the keeper still, or is only because it's a
that's
penalty? You
that's
know?
different. That's further out. There's a wall in front of him.
Yeah,
He's 8 yards out for a penalty.
there's
Okay. All
It's
right, go ahead,
different.
Jamal. What do you think? You think we should leave them alone, or you think take away that run up normal? And what
it
is
needs,
normal?
it needs to be equated. So if the goalkeeper can come off the line, then
Hmm.
player can hop and skip. He can pass the ball off to the left. Somebody can take it. But
Okay.
if the goalkeeper has to stay from a static movement and jump to his right or left to save it,
Right.
then the striker should also be, put in a position where he can only move towards the ball and hit it with that movement.
Okay. Sam Johnson actually quoted the same thing. He said that after the game. Former United keeper actually. So I'm not surprised that he turned into prime Noah in the game. They tend to do that against United. But point is that he said that. He said that he doesn't think it's right that he should have allowed to hop and skip. He said that because he saved the first one even though he was off his line, and of course he didn't save the second one as well. But the point though is that Moy is making the point about the fact that I don't like the fact that even though I got the penalty, I feel kind of funny that the guy who gave it away, you can clearly see he was trying to keep his hands close to his body as much as possible. It's like the guy was just like, don't hit me, don't hit me. And the ball hit his hand,
And then
and it's a penalty. I mean, I didn't like it. We take with 3 points and move on. But I really didn't like that. And that rule, that rule is bothering me. And for those of you who like to go back over that, we have a whole show concerning VAR and that rule, and we made a lot of great points about that. So you can go back to that. It's there in our video section on our YouTube page. But again, the rule is regardless of intent, if it hits the players, they gotta give a penalty. Go ahead, Zach.
Yeah, I think that's more of the rule that needs to be addressed. The handball situation, especially when you're defending in the 18. It's very, very difficult to defend a player with your hands behind your back or your hands to the
Yeah.
side. I think that more is an issue than the hop and skip penalty. I think there's been many times where even other players is hop and skip when they're taking penalties and the keepers has stopped the penalties regardless. So I don't think that's really a huge issue. I think more of the handball that leads up to it is more of an issue.
Yeah, it is. You're right. I think that's the bigger issue. And here, you all here making a point. He's saying, David Coote, the worst ref in the Prem. I mean, I hear you, but I mean, what choice did he have? All right. Go ahead, Shaq. Talk to me.
Okay, I'm saying I don't agree. I don't know. There has to be some balance that we have to try and find. The Premier League has to try and find when it comes to the handball rule, because I'm for one, it's hard, but also I have to ask myself if his hand doesn't take his hand out of the way. Where is that ball going? Even if his hand is tucked in, and his hand just touched the ball grazes his hand. His hand is stopping the ball from taking its normal trajectory to where he was going.
True.
And
Very true.
yes, you don't like it, and you say it's hard, and I agree with you. But did his hand stop the play? Stop the ball?
Yeah. Yeah. It
I mean,
impeded
we
the
don't
ball
know.
from
We
going
don't
to the
know
way
what
it's
would have
going.
happened if the ball continued where it was going.
Mhm.
We don't. That's just my
Yeah.
take.
Yes, that's a good point there. Let me just try and Meja here. Meja saying our performance was terrible. He's a United fan. He says Tellers wasn't playing bad. He actually had a good game. But let me quickly, before we move on to the next one, all right? United's
Wait.
performance, all of us actually said this was going to be a comfortable win for United. Zach, you said 4-0. You know, Jamal said 2-0. And Memphis said 3-2. You thought we could see a few more goals. You know, even Shaq said 2-1. I said 3-1. But, you know, United struggled to score more goals. No, it was a brilliant performance by the keeper. You know, within the first 5 minutes, we should have been up 2-0. You know, but should we be concerned about United's performance that they didn't score more goals against a lowly West Brom? Memphis, go ahead.
Um, for me, I don't know if Marshall was jet lagged or something from his flight back from France
Mm-hmm.
because he had a couple
He
clear
did
cut chances to score.
clear
I
as
mean,
day.
He just
as
had
much
quality.
as much as John Stone, I don't want to hear nothing from no Arsenal fan. Y'all don't how you gonna have a striker?
Really?
But yeah, as
I
I was
can't.
saying,
Go ahead.
as I was saying, I don't get why people saying Johnston made such great saves. I mean, all the
He
balls were straight at
did.
him.
He did.
All the balls were straight at him.
But I don't have a striker. Lord of mercy.
Look,
Your
Sorry,
striker,
keep going,
Memphis,
keep going, keep
your
going,
striker
keep
Memphis,
doesn't
going,
even get them on target, sir.
keep going. If my strike
Memphis.
would get chances, you'd put them away. I'm just saying.
I gotta be honest with you, right? I know you're Martial fan, that's why I picked you first, all right?
Uh-huh.
But Martial can't
It's
be our
still a
number 9,
it's still a
and
better
he,
finisher than Rashford.
well, at the end of the day, in that scenario, he didn't finish those chances, and you know that you have to finish those. He was literally
Yeah.
3 yards in front of the goal, and he
Mhm.
couldn't finish that. Coming off of
Yeah.
France, where they gave him numerous chances, and here my telling shot that you take Mbappe out and put in Martial, and France would have still win the World Cup. After what we see Martial just do a little while, I'm starting to reconsider that. You know, because Martial had some serious chances in that France game, and you have world class people behind you, and he just fluffed everything. Everything. And I'm thinking, okay, fine. You know, he was out for 3 games because of the whole red card thing. Maybe he's out to practice. You come back now to United, Bruno lays it on a platter for you, and then you can't finish that. I mean, I play defense. I could have finished that. Okay, I mean, 32 years old. I know even I could have do that. I mean, legit. I'm sorry. You can't be number 9, play for United. I was so angry with him. Like, why are you there? What are we doing? I mean, seriously. And this is against West Brom. I was so annoyed. If it was Greenwood, it'd have been back of the net with either foot. Okay, honestly.
True.
All
But
right.
in
So,
quality.
and if it was
Martial
Cavani, he would
can't
have
do it.
finished. You know, but Martial disappointed me. Disappointed me there on the weekend. Yeah, he did not finish his chances. Go ahead,
But
Sean.
wait, can
Josh
I
is
back it up?
so no, hush them up,
Mhm.
man.
No,
Josh
no,
is
I
so surprised at about, oh, I was so disappointed in Martial. We've seen
I'm
Martial miss these
disappointed.
clear cut chances for so long now.
Yeah.
No. Rashford missed the
Yes.
clear cut chances.
No, Martial's not a
Martial
good
had some
finisher.
great goals last season. He had scored,
Yeah,
he had 20
right. He
something
has
goals
some
last season.
great goals. I see, but he's
Hmm.
Martial on his best day takes 5 chances to score 1.
Yeah.
Nah, man, he's more clinical than that. I would
No,
say he's more
no.
clinical than that.
No,
I'd say he's more clinical than
Oh,
that. But he hasn't been
so
clinical this season.
then
But
you
he's
would
more
agree that
clinical than that.
Rashford he's the better finisher than Rashford?
Oh, by far.
what?
By
Okay.
far. If Martial and Rashford are 1-1 on goal, I'm not trusting Rashford to finish. I love Rashford. Dr. Rashford is my boy, okay? He's my boy, right? Literally, right? I love him to death. Okay, my jersey, Rashford jersey, is on its way. Okay, I'm telling you. But my point being is that I really think he's a better finisher simply because of the fact that Martial has a cooler head. Rashford is a bit too frantic in front of the goal. All right, Martial is calm, and I think that calmness. I think he didn't take the goal seriously. He was in front. He figured I'm 3 yards out. I can just slot it in, and he should not have done that. That's what I
And
think.
he didn't take his
He
football
was too
seriously either.
lackadaisical. That's what I think the problem was. And I'm
Mhm.
saying that if you're gonna be my number 9, you can't do that nonsense there, man. Finish the goal on them. I'm going like if for me, Martial, I just do what I want when I want. Casual, casual. I know, big strike over there. Was Zach, tell me, what do you think? Yes for the Martial or no?
I will go for Martial.
You think that
I
he
think
is the
he's a
striker
better
that
option.
Yeah, I know.
Was Zach better than
Yeah,
Martial?
Zach better than Lacazette too.
He
no,
is
Marsh. I
being
Ooh.
think
that. This
Martial
guy
is a
like,
better finisher than
bro, he's
Rashford.
saying that.
Ooh. Okay, wait till you
I
are
think he's
here
a better
jumping in
finisher
here.
than
Go
Rashford.
ahead. He is. He is better finisher than Rashford. I think Rashford scores better goals though, but I think he's better finisher. You are here jumping
Yeah,
in saying
yeah,
only
definitely.
United fan to make the excuse that a man jet lag
I'm
for a 20-minute
saying,
flight. Wow, good one there, Eureka, coming in with the clutch there. All right, I have to move on, but I'll leave that there. Okay, Fulham versus Everton. Now, all of us were hating on the Fulham trap there, boy. Man,
Yeah,
God.
big
Jamal
surprise.
coming 5-0. Memphis, I was gonna say 6-0. Coming in there and say Shaq said 3-0. Zach said 1-1. Props to Zach for giving Fulham some fight, man. And Fulham did fight. They fought. Shaq, remind us what the score was. What was the score? Put that one
goes
there.
3-2 Everton. Calvert Lewin
3-2.
in the first minute and the 29th minute.
Mm-hmm.
And Bobby decoded over Reed for Fulham in the 15th minute.
Mm-hmm.
And the core in the 35th and Loftus-Cheek in the 70th minute.
Well, I said 3-1, so I'm gonna win that one for myself. I gave Fulham a goal, but I didn't expect they put him so much fight. But that Loftus-Cheek goal, boy, I must say, he's putting that lone move looking good for him, and hopefully that will be the case. Oh boy, somebody bring up
Let
another
me,
mango leaf scenario here. I have to go back to that. When the mango leaf come up, you have to bring it up, okay?
of
All
course.
right, there you go. Josh, I think you spoke man the leaf. Martial can't be a better finisher than Rashford. Never ever. Zach is indeed better than Martial. Oh my goodness.
Wow.
Yeah,
Oh
but
my
Josh, I think we
goodness.
should look at this in a positive way.
Go
Zach
ahead.
getting plenty love tonight.
He is.
Should
He
give
getting
Zach a
hold to the
triumph.
love.
Uh,
Tell you. Okay, Carlos. Okay, bro, you say your thing, man. Go on, do your thing. All right. Go
Josh,
ahead,
if I
Chuck.
could just
Chuck.
go, I think
Go ahead,
I just
man.
want to make a point on Fulham. Fulham has missed 3 penalties so far this season. And in a
Mm,
relegation dogfight, you can't missing penalties. Just
can't miss
before they scored the
penalties.
second one, they missed the penalty. And I'm
Yeah.
just saying, at 3-2, I was watching the game and I saw that, they're pushing, they're pushing, they're pushing. But
Mhm.
you let in 3 goals in the first half. You give yourself too much to do.
Too much to do. You're right. Not with them Fulham
definitely.
knowing that they're gonna be have to fight so hard. Jamal, what you think about that?
Yeah, they just didn't. The game
No, but
was
you said 5-0, so you didn't even give them a chance. Some
well
people scored 2 goals and made it a game.
before the game. I'd
Five
even tell
nil.
this
Hey.
second team out and they'd walk away with the win. But then so Parker got his players up for this game. It was an end-to-end game, so it was
Mhm.
really exciting to watch.
Mhm.
Conceding 3 goals in the first half is typical
Mhm.
for them, and then
Mhm.
Everton just ran out of steam, so it
They
slowed down
did.
because they had to take off who had to come off for Charleston and Hammers.
Hammers came
They
off
were
as
Yeah.
well.
hard at like 60 minutes. They couldn't
Mhm.
anymore. And then
Mhm.
it's just to grind out the results at that point. And Fulham just didn't have enough,
Didn't have enough.
yeah,
No.
to push the Everton side to a win.
Mhm.
Everton just walked away with that one.
Boy, Moy, you and I both gave Fulham a goal. You said 2-1. See, you gave it more of a fight. You were right about the margin, just a little off there with the goals there. Are you happy about the result? Do you think that Everton deserved the win?
Yes, I think they deserve a win. I also have to give props to Lucas Digne.
Okay.
Provided 2 assists in that
He
game.
did. Yeah, fantasy people must be
And
happy, boy.
yeah, he has been a very good crosser
Amen.
of the ball or when he gets it on that side.
Hmm.
And I
Yeah,
think it was the second goal Everton had. It was the second or I don't remember which goal. Everton had a nice build up to it.
you did. You did.
Yeah,
Yeah, with the
so that was
finish. Yeah,
also nice. So that was also a nice goal. It was a good game, exciting.
it was. It was. Props to me. I told y'all, I said Richarlison hat trick now, and he was 1 goal off. 1 goal, and my
What are you talking about?
boy. I
Calvert
mean, not
Lewin.
Richarlison. Sorry, Calvert Lewin. Yeah, I said it. I said it. I said it. But thinking about actually good results, let's move on to the next one. Sheffield United versus West Ham. Props to Jamal. Jamal was right. 1-0 West Ham. Why were you right? Tell us why you were right.
Uh, Generally, I'm right when it comes to these results.
Okay, bro. All right. You're right, but you're wrong with all the Arsenal stuff you noticed, right? Anyway, what we got? Go ahead.
But
Yo, me watch now. I just be myself now.
I mean, your team does it to themselves.
That's next. That's next. Hold on, hold. It seemed to be quiet over the Memphis. You ready for it now? Go ahead, Jamal. 1-0 West Ham.
but Sheffield won this game, they would have needed to score 2 goals,
Mhm.
1 or 2 goals,
He
and
wasn't there.
they have not scored more than 1 goal in their last 5 games at least.
Mhm.
They were never gonna go and take the game to West Ham. But and then West Ham just they had too much. Sebastian Haller scored a nice goal.
Yeah, it was.
Remember,
That, finally,
Yeah.
he needs to score more goals. You know what they paid for him? Oh, mercy.
he just seems a bit easy. I'm not.
Mhm.
He doesn't seem to be up to Premier League quality though.
Yeah, they thought so because he did pretty good where he came from. That's why. All right. Memphis said 1-0 Sheffield, correct? What
Yes,
happened?
sir.
They didn't do anything, man.
Well, the person who I thought would have scored, McBurney, he kicked the ball straight at the post. So,
Okay.
and
All
then
right. So,
when they went 1-0 down, I mean, they need a goal and they bring on Brewster. Like,
okay. Which brings, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Because then Shaq over here talking about Brewster Brace. Okay.
Brace.
I'm like, what the heck?
Okay,
I mean,
no,
seriously,
no,
bro. You
that's
were
not
supposed
my
to
fault.
believe there's something out here because
That's
I don't
not
know
my fault.
how.
Hear me say,
Go
Chris
ahead, bro.
Wilder left Booster from the bench. You shouldn't do
If
that.
he, if he
Booster and
started it to
starter.
win.
Booster and starter.
And starter?
The man,
Oh,
yeah,
why
me.
you
The
show the
man
starter?
will score early
He never
on.
appetizer. I was
He
talking
can't
starter.
score.
What did
He
you
can't
I
talk?
score
start
off
in the
the bench.
championship, maybe.
He can't score
Yeah,
off the bench.
probably.
He have a score from the start.
Anyway, all right. Tell you, boy. I bruised the people there. Anyway, Moy and I both said 1-1. Zach, you said 2-0. We said 2-0 who? Sheffield or West Ham? You remember? I know
Yeah,
you
he
said
said
2-0.
Sheffield because he backed
Sheffield.
Sheffield.
That's true. Yeah, he said the Sheffield supporter. What happened to your squad, man? They look like they're going to go right back down. They're relegated. You realize they're relegated, right?
No, I don't think they're gonna get relegated. I think they're just going through a rough time. But yeah, that's unfortunate for Sheffield United. They had what 51% possession of the ball.
Yeah, they hold the
They
ball
had
well.
more shots on goal. But West Ham just came out, I guess more hungry than them.
Yeah,
Good
sadly.
goal by Haller, by the way.
Brewster put the ball on a plate for McBurney to score and he flopped it. You over here trying to give Brewster props. Stop it.
Tell
Stop
them
it.
Mambo Booster.
Stop it.
Tell them
Okay?
Mambo
You're a
Booster.
big fan, you're my brother, but still.
Boost is a good striker, man. Boost is a good striker. I
Oh,
like Boost.
Lord, yo, it seems Jack was shot sense before they
Oh,
got to that
honestly,
sense now. I don't know what
yeah.
Jack are talking about now.
No, he's
I know what
okay.
y'all saying.
He's okay, man. He's okay.
Anyway, all right, we move on, see, because I will chat to this today. All right, let's go on the real game now. The Leeds versus Arsenal game. Memphis, you said 2-2. You said 2-2. You were right about the draw. You're just wrong about the score line, in terms of that. And Zach and I both said 1-0. And Zach, we were nearly right. We were almost right.
Almost.
Oh my goodness, man. I tell you. Oh, man. All right. But Moy said 2-1 Arsenal. Shaq said 3-1 Arsenal. And Jamal said 2-1. You know what? Let me talk to the Arsenal people first. Explain this.
No,
Shaq,
man,
you said
you are in Memphis first, Jack.
Okay, go ahead, Memphis. Go ahead.
So,
Go ahead. The floor is yours.
the floor is mine.
Yeah, take
Well,
it, bro.
I'm gonna just start from. I'm gonna go back couple shows to the what was it? The future of the game.
Okay, yes. The under 21
Yeah.
stuff. Okay, got you. Go ahead.
So Saka breaks through 1v1 versus the keeper.
Yeah.
Does absolutely nothing.
Yeah, he should have finished that.
Pause.
Yeah.
Just let me
You should-
pause.
Get him on the floor, Shaka. Take him back.
I'm taking it back. I'm giving him more time to talk. I just want to know if every one-on-one, and I he should have scored. And Memphis like will have a take with the man props just because the man made some shots.
No. I'm not saying he's not good. He's good, yeah. But I just don't like the way Arsenal treats their youngsters. Like they put on all this hype, and then when they play like 2 bad games, they just bad talk them for the rest of the season.
Who did that? With Saka? You make reference in Saka?
Yeah.
No, not Saka. There was another person. Who I don't remember the name.
Eddie.
You don't know nothing there. You don't know nothing. Stop.
All right. And can you hear about? Who we got?
No,
All right.
Holding. When Holding
Holding.
first came, he played good. Arsenal hyped him up.
Because he didn't cost a ton of
Still
money.
playing well.
That's what Wenger say. He didn't cost a million money to come. Anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Moy, go ahead, Moy. Moy, look at Moy a shot. Go ahead, Moy. Talk to me. He said 2-1. He actually said Arsenal gonna win, but they didn't win. What happened?
Yeah, I thought Arsenal could have taken this one. I thought Aubameyang would finally find his form, but that didn't happen. At this point, I think Arsenal is lacking that creativity to go to Aubameyang to get him those goals. I think that's what they're missing. And also, I think they should have gotten a penalty in that game.
Really?
But Memphis won't say that though.
You
I
think
mean,
so?
it's a penalty.
Because if we're going to call into the rules of the game that they're giving now, that is a penalty. So I don't know how that was given.
Jamal, was it a penalty?
It was a penalty. To me.
But go ahead, keep going.
Hey, well, according to the rules of the game, it should be a penalty, but referee's choice, right? Was that the one where you went to the VAR and canceled it, or it just wasn't called?
No, it just wasn't called because it came off his foot then to his hand because he already blocked the shot with his foot.
Yeah.
Yeah. So and I think the justification they give for that was that it was too close to his body, with the ball coming off his leg and then his hand.
Yeah, I actually read about that. That it's the referee's decision in that scenario whether or not to decide it's worthy of it because he didn't directly hit it. It was a deflection.
Yeah,
that led to it.
It's the distance and how fast it was traveling too fast in a short distance.
Exactly. And that is part of the original rules too, to consider those factors as well too. The distance between the player and the ball and how fast the ball is moving. So it is his decision.
We've seen what's given before and then now it's not given. So it's highly selective and how the referee feels on the occasion.
True.
I never get favor of the referees going back to history. So I don't expect a lot of these things to be called in our favor.
Why?
Either because
so you're saying there's an agenda against Arsenal? That's what you're trying to say?
Years.
How is the agenda against Arsenal? I want to hear this. Go ahead. Tell me. No, we don't have the time for this stuff, but still, I want to hear this. How is there agenda against Arsenal?
Another show. But going back to the Wenger days, it's been agenda against Arsenal. Going back to our unbeaten season, look at United. That's an agenda against Arsenal.
When we beat y'all,
we're talking about
broke the stuff.
Yes, the unbeaten record. Way back.
We'll go back and call some old games. That could be another show too. We're going back to the old games now.
Look at it over the years and stepping back there's been an agenda against us. Some get called, what we get called immature. We get called too soft, too weak, and then they're gonna give penalties against us. Our players don't dive enough, and then there's penalties against us. It's
okay.
Media, there's been an agenda against us, and you can see it in the referees, but we don't get.
All right, I'll hold on to that point there. Definitely. Go ahead, Shaq, quickly.
It was really a nothing game. Leeds had ton of chances. When I say it's a nothing game.
Okay, I was going to say that. Would you admit that Leeds had you out for the taking and didn't take it?
Yeah.
Leeds had better chances. I wouldn't say they had us for the taking because we had chances to score too. Because you know what? And this is the point that I want to make. In years gone by, a 0-0, Arsenal down to 10 men, we would have capitulated and we would have lost that game. We dug in, even though they got chances and hit the post, the different factors determine why somebody hit the post and don't put the ball in the back of the net. It's good defending. The angle, how the defender put off the player, the pressure that they put on the player. It's good defending. It's good defending from Master Gabriel.
Best defender in the Premier League.
Are you useless on the Murray? Are you useless so?
Okay.
What did
All
you do?
right.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Just this is just you out from before talking about Brewster and saying Zach knows the ball. That's all. Just that throw in there. But the point though, yeah, I hear you. I hear you. I'm just saying that some people say you say great defending, other people say you're lucky. So I guess some
Lucky
people
ain't got
think they all
nothing to
luck,
do with
right?
it.
And
Lucky
Leno,
ain't got nothing to do with it.
I say when people hit posts, so I blame I give credit to the keeper. Right, he made it hard. For you to have to make the angle there, and hit posts. So that's the way it is. Okay. All right, we have to really go move on, guys. But yeah, are Arsenal in trouble? Arteta out by Christmas? No.
He mustn't match.
Arteta out back.
No.
Ole
Okay.
was sacked before Arteta.
Only out
Okay.
by Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving.
That's this week.
Yeah, I don't know about
Yeah, I start
Thanksgiving.
here that weekend.
Okay, like you're supposed to get stuck 2 weekends ago. All right. Liverpool, Leicester. All of us were wrong except for Shaq and Zach. Shaq said 1-1, and he said the system will prevail, but he thinks that they will leak one, but it didn't happen. All right. And then Zach, you actually said that Liverpool, you know what? You agree with the system and you think they're going to win 2-0. And they won 3-0, in fact. All right. So, all right, for the rest of us, why were we wrong? Why did we think that, Leicester were just going to run on them? Let's start with the guy who said 4-2, Memphis. Go ahead.
Johnny Evans showed the reason why we sold him.
Ooh, I like Johnny. Don't do
Oh,
that to
that's
Johnny, man.
hard,
Why you
man.
do that to Johnny for, man? Johnny's a good defender. He's a good defender, man. I
I
feel
mean,
about the Memphis.
in Evans'
Yeah.
defense, he's better. He's better than Maguire. So.
Oh, okay, all right. No, you're getting deep there. Okay, all right. So you're saying basically that Leicester gave up the game. That's what you're saying.
Yes.
Okay. Why did they give up the game though? Why did they give it up? This is the game to win.
I really don't know.
You don't know. You can't blame them.
In all honesty, I didn't watch the game. I was at home.
Okay. All right. No problem. All right. Jamal, 2-0. You said 2-0. Vardy party. I was supporting you. Me and Moy said 2-1, but go ahead.
Like you said, this was the game where Leicester needed to step up and show that they're a title contending team this season, and they just failed to do so. Not enough chances on their end. They couldn't break Liverpool down at all. And then, like Eric said last week, Liverpool at home are unbeaten in 2 years?
Yeah, he did. He did say that. Yeah. Yes, Eureka, you said that. Okay.
So when I saw the lineup, I actually thought that Liverpool would go on to win this, but I didn't think by 3-0. They could have won by more as well. There was a shot that that should have gone, but then the ball didn't cross the line completely. It was
by half a centimeter.
Yeah. And then Roberto Firmino finally breaks his duck and scores.
Finally.
Liverpool.
Well, that's something
he was good for Brazil too, so I was expecting something to coming eventually.
Yeah, he hasn't been firing for the right.
He has not. Oh well, before we get to more, Liverpool people started penalty boy, right? As we expected. All right, so start with Mr. Charles. Did the Fox went to look for the little Red Riding Hood? What? Because it didn't reach Anfield. Okay. All right. Thank you for that. Okay. Oh boy, mercy. A lot of mercy. All right. Everybody was saying Vardy was going to have a party, but the only one partying was the best defensive striker in the world.
Here they come.
Well, wait. Didn't he say he'd take a draw?
He did say so. Say so. So I mean, I guess I don't know, boy.
Confident. Shout out to Afi who back his team.
Yes, definitely. And shout out to Newton. Newton did say they'd win. He said they win last. The Liverpool performance in that game was a thing of beauty. Nearly made me cry. I told you, members, about coming that speech now. Everybody did their roles exceptionally well, and it was hard to pick a man of the match. And agrees. Spot on, boy. The match so poetic for real. It was.
Robertson was clearly man of the match.
Yeah, he played well. He played very well. They did. I think everybody knew they were going to come to this game with less of a defense. So they made up their mind that they were going to have a clean sheet. And then you could tell by their performance that they dug in. And do I
Yeah.
think it will be sustained? No. I think this is a one off, but we'll leave that for the preview show, and see what that's like. The next one. Okay, so Memphis, LOL Memphis, my squad have about 40 man injured. Of course, I'd take a draw. Right. He did say that. Okay. All right. So that we're happy for the Liverpool people, even though we had no faith in them. That makes the league even more interesting. So let's see how it is because we wanted City to win and Liverpool to lose, but the reverse happened. The reverse happened. Football, I was gonna quote Sir Alex Ferguson, but I won't do that. All right, moving on. Burnley versus Crystal Palace. This is another crazy one because all of us said Crystal Palace would win, and it didn't happen.
Really?
So Jamal, since you hate Burnley the most, okay, Burnley won
Yeah.
1-0. All right.
My,
I mean, are we shocked?
yes, we are.
Yeah,
And the only reason I'm going to give this to is because Zaha had coronavirus like right before kickoff and had to isolate. So
Mm.
it would have been sad factor in this.
You'd have been a different game, boy. You couldn't give the people in a nothing, boy. The people would have win fear and square, and you couldn't just say good job, Burnley.
You're going with Zaha, your talisman, and then he gets pulled out right before the kickoff. What's gonna happen? You have to change your whole game, right?
Yeah, you do. You do have to change your whole system. You do definitely. Anybody else more? What do you think? You surprised Burnley?
I ain't really watched this game. I totally forgot that this game was playing today.
Yeah, I didn't know too. I can be
I
honest with
saw
you. I saw
I saw the
highlights.
highlights of it was a Chris Wood goal that
Yeah,
scored.
yeah,
I watched the
yeah.
highlights.
Deadwood finally score. There we
Uh,
go. Good job to him.
But just my point on this game. We said a
Mm.
couple of weeks ago when Burnley was coming up against Chelsea, if they scored first, it would be a problem.
It would be.
If
We did
Burnley
say.
scores first, I back
Mhm.
Burnley, and that's why I didn't choose them to go down because I
Mhm.
know
They
defensively
can
they're strong.
defend when they're ready.
Right.
Yeah, when
They
they need
score
to
first, they
defend.
have something to defend for. They hold out.
Yeah, yeah. Zach, you and Memphis both said 2 goals in this game. You actually gave Burnley a goal, Zach, in this. Um, Crystal Palace, the Zach, what's his name? The the guy that got coronavirus. What's his name?
Zaha.
Zaha.
Zaha,
It's
yes.
Zaha.
Was that the difference? Do you agree with Jamal? Was that the difference in the game?
Yeah. So to an extent. However, you
Mm.
can't. You got to give Burnley credit. I watched the game today. They played very, very well. They played very physical.
Mm.
And I think that's one thing. That's the main game. They're a very physical team. But I think if Zaha would have been there, it would have been a completely different game. So I agree
Mm.
with Jamal, 100%. But it's still got to give credit to Burnley. They really took the game to Crystal Palace.
Great, great. All right, guys, moving on. Last game.
Yeah.
All right, Wolverhampton versus Southampton. Just finished before the show. Game went there, and it actually ended with a 1-1. Is that correct, Shaq?
That is correct.
I was hoping for a stoppage time goal. Who
Yep.
scored?
Yeah, Walcott in the 58th and Pedro Neto in the 75th minute.
Okay, all right. Well, Shaq, you said a 2-2 draw. You
Yep.
did say so. And you also said about you hope you figured that Neto might score, and he did.
Right.
All right. I know. Why did you think that this wouldn't be a win for either team?
Both teams are having a up and down season. They're good today, they're bad tomorrow. I just didn't think
Mhm.
any of them would really come out on top. I was
Mhm.
watching the game in the first half. Southampton had a good spell. Then Wolves
Mhm.
had a good spell.
Mhm.
I'm wondering if it's because Wolves changed the system. Connor Cody,
Mhm.
he was out today, so they went with a
Mhm.
back four. So
Yeah.
they weren't as potent going
Solid.
forward as they
Mhm.
as they used to be.
Mhm.
And of course that leads to a problem defensively because
Yes.
that Bolly Cody partnership that they had going on there, it
Mhm.
wasn't there today. Tia Walcott,
Yeah.
he got the chance, and I think it's
Finished it.
Trey Adams again with the assist. Put
Mhm.
the ball in the back of the net, and Wolves
Mhm.
got a chance. They took it as well. But it was a game of you take it. I'm on top this time. You're on top that time.
Wolves going Moy. Wolves making the top 10 again this year or no?
I think, well, depends on how the Premier League is going. I can't give a clear
Yeah,
cut
sure.
one because it's an up and down season. Never know what may happen. But I think they can if Jimenez continues to be that striker and score the goals for them. I think they can get in the top half again.
hmm Memphis, and both and Jamal as well. You both wanted to win, yeah, for Wolves. You said 2-0. But I mean, Wolves didn't have enough goals. What, have their goals dried up? What happened to Jimenez? Let's start with Jamal.
Oh no, I don't think their goals dried up. They had chances today, and I think they put two in the net that were offside.
Yeah.
Right, and I guess it's just a changing system. It just didn't. It wasn't fluid today.
Yeah.
But then I think last week did they lose last week as well? Or yeah, they lost to Leicester last week.
Yeah, so that's what I said. Could they make? Are they going to make top 10 again this year?
The other teams in the league, they will make top 10, but it'll be just in time, so 10 or 9.
Memphis, are they missing Jota? Jota was a revelation in Liverpool game. Nobody expected that.
Wouldn't say they're missing Jota as much, but they are missing him slightly. I think they're missing more impact from Traore.
Oh, that's true. That's a good point. His runs down the wing there, they expect more from him. He was never much of a goal scorer, but more of a creator. All right. Let's now, as we're closing off here, after Chelsea, my game of the weekend was Villa versus Brighton. That game was very exciting. I couldn't blink. It was end to end, real good game, no doubt. It was. I watched that game.
Yeah,
it was good. That curler there, boy, from
early March.
Yeah, boy. I didn't really expect him to score, and I actually, yeah, it was weak foot, and the ball kind of just he anticipated where he would go because everybody was just watching the ball run across the line. He pounced in it, man, and just bent it in the corner, and I thought he was going to go from hero to zero there by giving away the penalty, but he got away with that one there. All right, we're closing off, guys. One last thing: Tottenham at the top of the league. Are they going to win it? Are they going to win it? They're the top of the league. Josie has the pedigree. He's done it before. With lesser teams winning titles. Can he do this? Quick go around. A comment, yes, and a sentence. Let's go. Jamal, start.
No.
Yes or no?
No. And
go ahead.
Spurs it up at the end of the season.
Okay. All right. That's what you think. And it's not the fact that the North London vibe in you is saying, oh, I hate Tottenham.
History. Given Tottenham.
History.
Yeah,
okay, they bottle it. They bottle it.
Start with a bang and they'll bottle it.
So the special one can't do it.
Not with Tottenham.
Not with Tottenham. Moy, you.
Nope.
No.
Nope.
Wow. You don't think so? This is not Tottenham's year to finally win a trophy. Not just any trophy, but the Premier League. You don't see them going on a run?
No, I don't think they're going to win it.
Shaq, I know the answer to this, but maybe you can surprise me.
No, I don't think they will win it. I won't. This is up and down. If it's any year they should win it, it could be this year. They battled it when Leicester won the league, but let's just see what happens after Christmas. With the fixture pile up, they haven't had any real injuries yet, like the other teams are suffering. That's in and around them. Let's just see how it goes. Right now they're playing very well though.
Memphis.
I don't think they're gonna do it now. I think they might win the Europa League, but not the Premier League.
I mean, they.
Okay. Exactly. Exactly why they don't win it, because you in here.
Squad.
Okay. Well, they're top of the league.
Anyways, you play them out. You play them after the next week, I think. So
we'll be the game to see, boy. I can't wait for that game, day, boy. Alrighty then. Zach. Tottenham has some tough games coming up.
Yeah.
Some tough games coming up.
I think
this may be. Will they win them and prove they will be at the top, or will they not? Go ahead.
I think it's possible that they can. I think that's the one main thing that we gotta look at. in a Premier League squad is the squad depth. They have quality coming off of the bench as well, and I think that's like one of the main things you
That's
need
a good
to win the
point.
Premier League. And they're
Yeah.
very consistent, and consistency and quality off the bench wins the league. So they have a
You
chance. They
Hall,
have a chance to win. I don't want to say yes. I don't want to say no, but I think they do have a chance this season.
I agree with you. I think they have a chance, and I'm going to go with Yurik saying here. Never count on second season, Marino. For me, if you can get second place in that United team that he had, I have the utmost respect for him. He did it that season, and he has a way of just grinding out the results. And I think he has his Spurs team playing in a fashion that, with if they have no issues with injuries, I think they could make a title run this year. They just might. Will they win it? Again, I agree with Shaq. We'll see what happens after Christmas when those games start come thick and fast. And if they lose Harry Kane, what will happen? Can Son shoulder the burden? Can you? Can he not? All right, guys. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for tonight. And everybody coming in, giving your different points, your predictions last Thursday and the review. And hopefully we'll see, that the table just keeps changing every week, 1 minute I'm in relegation, next minute Arsenal in relegation. Now everybody's, everybody's fighting back and forth, City here trying to, win, but they're losing to Jose. Ah, boy, Liverpool backline gone, but they're still winning games against a good team. Wonderful league. That's why we love it, don't we? All right? Definitely. Great. Thanks again, guys, and have a great week. All right? Hasta la vista to the fans as well. Bye-bye.
Right.
Thank you for watching Island Fans. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the notification bell so you'll know when there are new videos and updates. You can also follow us on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and like us on Facebook. Island Fans, for the passion of the game.